I think it's quite rich that that the Prime Minister talks about fantasy economics. Look at their own fantasy economics. I mean, whacking business with £25 billion a year of tax increases after saying you wouldn't, and then hoping it'll provide the engine room for growth is a complete nonsense. It's economically illiterate. So I think he's got his own case to answer in terms of fantasy economics, to be quite honest.
It's interesting, though, isn't it? Because the Prime Minister reportedly told his MPs this week that the Tories are finished, reform is the real opposition. And then the polls suggesting as well that he might be right. We had a poll last week that put the Tories in 4th position behind the Lib Dems. And then we had polling for GB News this week that put you in 3rd place.
Well, if you look at the local election results, which were not good for us, they're much worse for Labour. And listen, that's still a big problem for us. Don't get me wrong. And that was a very difficult night for us. And the polls aren't where we want them to be. But the polls are a measure of where we've been, not where we're going. Clearly, we suffered a devastating defeat last July. We elected a new leader after a long process, Keir Starmer, who was very clear that we wanted time then to bring forward policies which people could rely upon for us to deliver. That's what people want, because although we had many successes over the last 14 years, there were some fundamental failures, particularly on immigration, and we want to make sure we have policies that are deliverable. So we've been very clear about that. I'm very excited about the policies I've got within my department on housing, on home ownership, on levelling up, all those things, on community cohesion, all those things we're working on, I think people will like. And people will particularly like that these are proper Conservative policies. And that's because Kemi is a proper Conservative, as am I. And also, she's very courageous. So when the policies come down the track, I think people will recognise our party has changed, it's learned from the past, and fundamentally, they want people, the facts of life are Conservative, but also none of the other parties are talking sensible economics, and that is a fact.